Almost like we forget that some of these guys have done some incredible things in our sport. With that being said, I want to highlight 10 players who are already reminding us of how good they are, and I want to break down how they're doing it. If you're new to my content, this is my hashtag Examine It series, where I give you my list in a specific category and let you all weigh in. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube and follow on TikTok so you don't miss any of the videos. I couldn't throw everyone on the list who's getting back to making an impact, so a few of my honorable mentions start with Carlos Rodon, Taylor Ward, Justin Verlander, Ty France, Nestor Cortez, and David Robertson. Now, let's get to the list. There's a player who plays for the San Diego Padres that has started out the year on fire and flat out deserves way more respect. Eric Hosmer. Think about it, the Friars were trying to trade this dude up until opening day, and I'm sure they're still trying to find suitors, but dude has gone off. He's been one of the few bright spots for this offense. At the time of this video, the OPS is at a cool 945 and the weighted on base average sitting at 412, which is top 5% in the league. Not only is he getting on base and driving the baseball, he's also doing it at the right time. 18 RBIs in the young season. With runners in scoring position, his OPS is over 1,000, which is extremely important considering their best player, Tatis Jr., hasn't even played a game due to injury. It's crazy to think that there's a Los Angeles Dodger that we're not respecting enough. I mean, early on in the season, people were blaming Mookie Betts' poor play on being a vegetarian for all things. I don't care whether he eats meat or not. Either way, my dude has been eating at the plate. He wasn't really himself last year due to the hip issues, and he got off to a dreadful start this season, but he seems to be right back on track to being his old self. When Mookie is right, he's hammering pitches on that inner half of the plate, and that's exactly what he started doing after the first 10 games of the season. At the time of this video, he's already got 5 homers on the year and OPS plus of 130. That signifies to me that his production has already gotten back to his normal self, even after the rough start. I just don't want us to forget Mookie won an MVP in 2018, finished second in MVP voting in 2020. He's got 4 Silver Sluggers, 5 Gold Gloves, and is a 5-time All-Star, including last year. Don't look now, but Mookie Betts is back. Anthony Rizzo's leading the league in homers? Well, he was when I started to record this, so put some respect on his name. I think because there were talks of the Yankees this offseason possibly going after Freddie Freeman, and even trade rumors about getting Matt Olson from the A's, Anthony Rizzo took a back seat as far as being a priority for the Yankees. But they got the deal done, and Rizzo hasn't looked back. His power production has been extremely impressive, especially when you think of the other names in that lineup who are supposed to be the main power guys. However, Rizzo is straight doing damage, and one of the biggest reasons is because he's learned how to take advantage of Yankee Stadium. Most of his power production comes at home, with an OPS over 1,100 at home and just 600 on the road. But that's exactly why the Yankees re-signed him. He pulls all of his homers and he takes really good at bats. I just don't think anyone was counting on him to get off to this increased power surge. He's currently got more homers than Matt Olson and Freddie Freeman combined. The Kansas City Royals deserve some love today, and I'm here to give it to them. Well, at least one player anyway. Benintendi, I have come to put some respect on your name, and so should everybody else. We all remember how he busted on the scene when he first came up with the Red Sox. He finished second in Rookie of the Year voting in 2017 and played well in 18 and won a World Series. But we just haven't seen too much after 2019, and then Boston traded him away to Kansas City. He won a Gold Glove last year, but the bat was a little quiet. Now he's got the stick going on a team that doesn't provide him with too much protection. At the time of this video, he's batting over 330 and OPS plus of 132. The biggest reason for the power production is the strikeout percentage has dropped dramatically, and he's in the 90th percentile for that. He's chasing less pitches outside of the zone while still being extremely aggressive in the strike zone. He's using the whole field, and he has a knack for finding holes, which is obviously the name of the game for hitters. Next on the list of players that deserve much more respect on their name is really the only guy who gives Juan Soto any protection. Well, besides Yadiel Hernandez, who also deserves to be on this list too. But not only is Josh Bell a top 5 average leader in MLB, his whole approach at the plate has changed considerably. He usually hovers around 18% strikeout percentage, and now he's basically cut that in half. Dude is just not swinging and missing. He's walking more and absolutely driving the baseball on both sides of the plate. He's cashing in with runners on base as well. We understand this Nats team has taken a true step back and may not expect to win this year, but if anyone has taken a step forward, it's truly Josh Bell. He's been one of the best players in Major League Baseball this year, and we must put some respect on his name. He'll probably get traded this year too. Manny Machado has straight put the Padres on his back to start the season. Well, him and Eric Hosmer anyway. Manny is already one of the best players of his generation, and to start the season, he's already putting up stupid numbers. I think sometimes we don't put enough respect on his name because of the other superstar who usually plays right next to him in the infield. But with Tatis Jr. being out right now, Manny is out here playing with some serious swagger. OPS over 1,000, already has 7 homers, and he's even stealing bags. He's got 6 of them already on the season. With the division as tough as it is, Machado has helped to keep the Friars in the mix for the best in the division. He always hits the ball extremely hard, but this man is currently leading baseball in value produced, playing at an unreal pace of 15.17 WAR per 162 games, with a 217 weighted runs created plus and a plus 14 fielding runs above average per 162 games. If those numbers are a little advanced for you, it basically means he's playing beyond MVP pace in all aspects of the game. I just realized I have 3 Padres on this list of guys that deserve more respect, and rightfully so, because if the Padres want to stay in the race while their $340 million man is out, some other dudes have to step up, and Joe Musgrove has done exactly that. This is another guy that just doesn't get the love he deserves. At the time of this video, he leads the league in innings pitched, quality starts, and has an ERA plus of 176. That's 76% better than league average. His stuff is nasty when it comes to fastball spin, which is at the 97th percentile in the league. He has pinpoint accuracy and has a chase rate in the 94th percentile as well. My man throws 6 pitches and is efficient with all of them. No wonder he has a no-hitter under his belt. Expect him to continue to go deep into ball games and always give his team a chance to win. Never in a million years did I think I would have an Arizona Diamondback on this list, but we have to put some respect on Merrill Kelly's name. He's been one of the best pitchers in the show early on this season, and he's one of the biggest reasons why the D-backs starting staff has to be taken seriously. I played against Kelly while we were both playing in the KBO, and there isn't anything extremely overpowering that stands out. The big thing is his ability to throw all 5 pitches for strikes at any time, and all 5 pitches look the same to the hitter until about halfway until it gets to the plate, when they all break in different directions. He's going to the changeup and cutter a lot more this year, which has given him much more success. Hitters are only hitting 179 and 200 off those pitches respectively. If he continues to get weak contact and keep hitters off balance like he's doing now, expect to see him to continue to dominate. CJ Cron hits absolute rockets, and we need to start putting some respect on his name. I don't care if he plays 81 games in the Mile High City. He still hits the ball just as hard as anyone else in the league. His max exit velo is in the 98th percentile, his barrel percentage is in the 90th percentile, and the same goes for his expected slugging. Needless to say, he hits some shots, and at the time of this video, he's tied for the most homers in Major League Baseball. He really understands where his power is, and he's a true pull hitter. Still, pitchers can't get him out on the inner third of the plate, and he doesn't miss mistakes. This Rockies team is playing pretty good baseball, and he's the biggest reason for their offensive production so far, especially in a tough National League West division. He leads his team in most offensive categories, and since last July, he ranks 3rd in all of baseball for OPS, behind Bryce Harper and Juan Soto. Now that's saying something. Pablo Picasso Lopez is one of the main reasons I even started this list of guys we owe some damn respect to. If you haven't had the opportunity to watch this dude pitch, you're truly doing yourself a disservice. At the age of 26, Lopez is a rising star with not your typical velocity that you see from most righties nowadays. He averages just 93 miles an hour on the fastball, but when you talk about painting the corners and being able to change speeds, he's at the top of the list. At the time of this video, he's only given up 4 earned runs in 36 innings and has a 1 ERA. Yeah, I said a 1. The changeup is his bread and butter, and the pitch is truly Johan Santana-like, but from the right side. He doesn't walk guys and doesn't necessarily get a ton of strikeouts, but the chase rate is up there in the 90th percentile, and his ability to throw 5 pitches for strikes whenever he wants is quite the luxury. Keep your eye on this guy throughout the course of the season, as he may have one of the best changeups, if not the best changeup in the game. If the Marlins make a run at this division, it'll probably have a lot to do with how Pablo Picasso is throwing. Examine the extraordinary and let me know what you think.